The key is know your key numbers. Know your numbers. It's a fundamental precept to business. Bill Gates. So it's important. You've got to know your numbers. Business is all about numbers. If you don't have your numbers correct, you're going to have challenges. You're not going to be able to make the money you want. And if you go negative, you're going to be out of business. We can't do that. We've got to know the numbers. And we could plan for success when you know your numbers. Same thing for marketing. Got to know your numbers. Now, Rock My Image, we like to follow the 6 strings process. And we really look at these 6 numbers. Number 1, your contacts. This is your list, your database. Who can you connect with? Number 2, your leads. Your leads are the people that are prospects. And you can actually market to these people and get a percentage of them to take action or have a conversion, make a sale, do something. The average number of sales per customer. How many times is somebody buying from you? Are they going to buy it once? Are they going to buy it many times? If you're in the funeral business, once may be all you can do per customer. But if you're not, you need to be thinking of how many times can people do business with you. If you can get it recurring, that's how you can make it even more profitable. And then think about the average dollar sale. What are people buying from you? Is it something very small and you have to do a lot of sales to make any money? Or can you do something and sell a value where you can sell 1 or 2 or a handful of things and start being more profitable? What is the profit margin? If you sell something, how much of that actually is profit? You can sell $1 million worth of services, but if it costs $1 million to market it, make the sales, and implement it, then you're not making any money. So we need to think about all these numbers and how they all come together. And success really is in the numbers. When you look at how these play out, it's all a matter of how your business is going to be profitable or successful. Now look on the left-hand column, the numbers. Here we see an example where someone has 4,000 leads. And let's say they have a conversion rate of 25%. So out of every 4 leads that come in, they make 1 sale, right? So if they have 4,000 leads, they're going to get 1,000 customers. Now let's just say the average customer does 2 transactions. They make 2 purchases. And the average dollar sale is $100. So the revenue is $200,000. Now, if the profit margin is 25%, that's $50,000. So they did $200,000 in revenue, but the profits were only $50,000, which isn't bad, by the way. And these numbers are all fictitious, so don't worry if these are small for you or if these are large for you. These are just examples. And the thing I want to point out is with 10% increase, 10% of $50,000 would be $5,000. So if you just focused on profits alone or revenue alone, you're not going to be able to make the magnitude that you could if you addressed all of these different angles. So if you can increase your leads by using strategies to increase your leads, increase your conversion rate by using strategies to increase your conversion rate, your average number of transactions, your average dollar sale, and your profit margin, all just by a little bit, when you calculate the difference there, now you're looking at close to over $30,000 difference in profit, practically a third difference in revenue, which is impressive. And the important part to think about is, that's 10%. So if you're being strategic and really focusing on your key performance indicators and the numbers that are important to your business, then making a few adjustments in some places can have a dramatic impact in others. So small hinges swing wide doors. Now here's an action step for you. This is about 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to fill out your bold vision numbers, and we'll look at those in just a moment. And you're going to calculate your success. What is your bold vision? What ultimately If you had a magic wand and could create the money that you'd like to make, what would it be? What would it look like? How would you get there? Calculate your success. You don't need to worry about how you're going to do it and how you're going to implement all these things now. You're just going to focus on putting a bold vision of how much you potentially could make, and then put it out there, calculate your success. You can look at your do-it-yourself, done with you, done for you services, map them out, calculate your numbers. Okay, then you're going to fill out your current 6-string numbers. So current amount of contacts in your database, how many leads you have on a regular basis, what's your conversion rate, what's your average number of sales per customer, what's your average dollar sales per customer, and then what is your profit margin, your average profit margin. If you don't know these numbers, you need to start tracking them, because once you track, you can start to attack and start to improve. And at the end of this, you'll identify your primary areas of focus. So this is just going to show you a plan for success, a plan of what you can create, see where you're currently at with your numbers, and then you can determine your primary area of focus. Now, if you're not tracking your numbers, you don't know these numbers, then obviously that's going to be a primary area. And then once you identify what they are, you can then start taking the actions to start improving them. So in this sheet, I've got some numbers, and I'm going to keep it very basic for this example. Now you'll get a template, and you'll be able to adjust these numbers. And you want to edit the numbers that are in these boxes. The ones in the blue are auto calculating. And simply just edit for you, what can you sell with the do-it-yourself, done with you, done for you, or affiliate sales. What are the things that you can sell? What is the price point at? What's the average number of sales in an instance? So for instance, if you're doing a workshop, you might sell 10 tickets 4 times a year. Or you might sell books, you might sell 10 tickets 12 months out of the year. So I'm going to put in the numbers. They're going to calculate your sales, your revenue, and then your profit margins. And then I'll show you the gross amount that you're making in your business. Now, you can add to these numbers and add them to hit the numbers that you need to hit in order to achieve the goal you want to achieve. So if you want to make $1 million in a year, then you need to put the numbers in here to calculate $1 million. If you want to make $200,000, again, you'll need to just map a plan of success to how are you going to generate $200,000 in a year? How many items will you need to sell? At what price points? At what profit margin? Right? Now the chart below is the 6-string numbers, and these can be your existing numbers. So if you have a list, you could have a small list, a small amount of leads that you're getting each month. Your average conversion rate is 20%, so 2 out of every 10 customers that come in, you make a sale. Average dollar sale, you can put any number you want in there. Average number of sales they make, the revenue that comes in from this, and the profit margin. And then you have an idea of where you're currently at. So once you do that, once you know where you're currently at, then again, we could start working on addressing those areas to improve the numbers to achieve your ultimate goals. So this is just getting some numbers, getting some things out there so we can see where you're at, so you can ultimately start taking new actions and applying new strategies to achieve new results.